Hey everyone, so we're just going to do our standing wide-legged strengthening poses here now. So we'll just start off with our triangle pose. So we're just going to bring the feet wide on the mat, your toes pointing inwards. You're going to keep shoulders above the hips, bringing the hands onto the hips. We're just going to rotate the left toes out first. So you're just turning your foot so that your feet now are in an alignment where the toes in front on that left foot are straight ahead, just like your mat, in line with that mat. You're going to check then to make sure your heel on the front foot and the ankle on the back foot is in that straight alignment. So if you feel like you're having trouble figuring that out, the mat is a straight line, so you can walk your feet back to the back of that mat, and then you'll know then that you're in the correct alignment for that. So it's just easier to know when you do that. So with the feet then on that back foot, you can turn the foot in a little bit so that you have a nice stable base. Hands onto the hips. When we do this, we're then going to drop that left hip. So the hips are now square. We're just going to drop that left hip down towards the floor. So you're just at a little dip with the hips. You automatically get a stretch on the inside of the thigh then when we do that. Keeping the shoulders above the hips. You're going to inhale, bringing the hands up to shoulder height. You're looking over that left middle finger. You want to take a big deep breath in, and as we exhale then we're going to reach up and over to the left. Just being mindful of that back shoulder here. We don't want it coming forward, we want to keep the chest nice and open. You're looking over that left middle finger. We're going to turn the palms of the hands outwards and just slowly then allowing that left hand to come down, placing it up against that left thigh. And we're bringing that right arm up. You're going to reach your hand right up towards the ceiling and then looking up at the hand in the air if we can. So we're just being careful here with the tailbone as well. We're not sticking the bum out to the back, we're drawing the tailbone down towards the floor, keeping the spine nice and straight. So you don't have to go the whole way down towards the floor with this one. We want to keep the spine from curving here. So just going as far as we know our spine is in a nice straight line. And just breathe in nice and deeply. If we feel like that right hand is coming forward, we can push the back of the left hand into the thigh to open up that chest and bring that arm back into alignment. So just taking a big deep breath now. And as we exhale, bringing the hands back to shoulder height, bringing the hands onto the hips, and we're going to rotate those left toes in. We're going to rotate the right toes out. So with that then, just make sure that we're in the right alignment. So that front heel, back ankle in a nice straight line. You're bringing the hands onto the hips. And then remember, we have our hips nice and square now, but we're going to drop that right hip down towards the floor, getting that stretch on the inside of the leg, bringing the hands up to shoulder height. You're looking over that right middle finger now, and then you're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're reaching up and over to the right, making sure again that back arm isn't coming forward, that we're keeping the chest nice and open. Turn the palms of the hands outwards, just allowing then that right hand to come down so the back of the hand is in against that right leg, and the left hand come up, making sure we're drawing the tailbone down towards the floor, reaching that arm right up, pushing the hand in to the thigh to keep that chest nice and open, and just breathe nice and deeply. On the next exhale then, just bringing the hands back to shoulder height again. We're going to bring the hands onto the hips. We're going to rotate those right toes in. We'll rotate the left toes out again. This time we can bring the feet a little bit wider on the mat if we want, and again we can adjust ourselves if we feel like we need to go a little bit deeper into it for our next one, which is our warrior two. So with our warrior two, we're keeping our shoulders above the hips. We're going to bend that left knee above the left ankle, being mindful of the shoulders not coming with you. You're keeping your shoulders above your hips the whole time, keeping the chest nice and open, making sure that your knee doesn't cave downwards towards the floor, or it's not caving outwards. You want to keep the knee above your ankle, and you want to anchor back on that back leg as well. So you're not leaning forward with all the pressure going on the front leg. You're keeping the pressure evenly distributed, but anchoring on that back leg, really rooting down with that back foot, pushing the baby toe of that back foot into the mat. You're rooting down with it. So shoulders above the hips, your knee is directly above your ankle. You're going to inhale, bring the hands up to shoulder height. You're looking over that left middle finger. A lot of the time in this one we tend to really scrunch up and tighten up the body in this one because it is a strong pose. Just try to relax your shoulders, looking over that left middle finger. Again, not sticking the bum out of the back, we're drawing the tailbone down towards the floor. Tummy is really strong. And just be mindful of your knee in front. Keeping that alignment with your ankle under your knee, your shoulders above your hips, anchoring on that back leg. And breathe. From here then we can go into our next pose. We're going to bend that left elbow. You're going to place your forearm down onto your thigh, and you're going to reach up and over with that right hand. So you're getting an extreme sideways stretch with this one. If you can look up towards the hand. If it doesn't feel comfortable, you don't need to. So you reach. Really good stretch. It's a challenging enough pose, trying to breathe nice and deeply. Taking a big deep breath in. And as we exhale then, just allowing the hands to come back to shoulder height. Bringing the hands onto the hips. We're going to straighten up that front leg. We're going to rotate the toes inwards, and we're going to rotate the right toes out. So again, check your alignment. Heel and ankle straight line. Toes are pointing straight ahead. And then checking to see if it's a nice strong pose for us in this position. We're going to bend the knee above the ankle. Is that strong enough for you? If you feel like your knee is going past the ankle, you can walk the foot out slightly. Bend, have the knee directly above and not caving inwards, so directly above. Keeping the shoulders above the hips. We'll inhale, bring the hands up, looking over the right middle fingers, relax the shoulders, draw the tailbone down towards the floor, keeping your tummy really strong, anchoring on that back leg, so push that baby toe down into the mat. Breathe in nice and deeply. Brilliant. So this is your warrior two pose. We're going to bend the elbow, placing the forearm down. Just remember not to let that shoulder come forward, keeping the chest open. Forearm comes down, and then you're reaching up and over with that left hand. If it feels comfortable enough, we can look up towards the hand in the air. If not, you can look at a spot on the floor or the wall near you, or any point you can keep your concentration on to keep you nice and balanced. Lovely. So we'll just take a nice big deep breath in, and as we exhale, bringing the hands back to shoulder height. We're going to straighten up the leg, hands onto the hips, and rotating the toes inwards. So the last one then we're going to do for this sequence is our wide-legged folding forward bend. So just like our folding forward bend with feet hip distance apart, We're going to bring the thumbs to the hip creases. So bringing the thumbs down to the hip creases here, fingertips down along the thighs, and you're tucking your elbows close into your body, shoulder blades together at the back, dipping the chin slightly towards the chest. We're going to take a nice big deep breath in, and as we exhale, just folding forward. So you're just folding forward here from your hips only, so allowing the chest to come down. Pause when we need to inhale again. Exhale, folding forward. Just keep pausing every time we need to inhale, exhaling, allowing ourselves to move down into it. So trying our best to keep the back nice and straight. So if we feel like our back is going to curl at any point, we'll just stop where we are and just making sure we're keeping that posture nice and tall and straight, a nice long spine. Lovely, keeping those shoulder blades together at the back. If you want to bring the hands down, we can, if you feel comfortable enough touching the floor, or even bringing a block in front if you feel like you can't reach it but you'd like to release the arms. A block or a cushion or anything at all, even a stack of books, whatever you have available to you. So just holding here for 1 or 2 more big deep breaths in, and we'll slowly just bring the hands over towards the right side. Take a breath in here and walking the hands the whole way over towards the left. And just coming back to center again. Bringing the hands onto the legs, walking them up along if you have released your hands. Bringing the hands onto the hips. We're going to just walk the feet in so we can come up into standing nice and safely. And that is your wide-legged strengthening sequence. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much.